Hello everyone. In this video I want to show you a couple of tricks. So I'm going to make this into a two-part video, and what I'm going to be talking about are default settings in Microsoft Office 365 Word. So the first thing I'm going to talk to you about is page setup. Okay, you have several options that you can set as defaults. You would click here and it would save your defaults. Now on the other video I'm going to show you some other things. So, and before I get started on that, let me explain what I'm going to be doing on the second video. So let's say that when you go and insert a shape, and every time you insert that shape you always want it to be red, and you want to be able to place it on top of words, and in addition to that, you know, my thickness of the weight is 2 1/4. No matter which symbol I insert, it is going to have the same characteristics. Okay, and it's because I do a lot of training, and so this is the kind of stuff that I do a lot for people, and you'll see some of my documents that I actually provide. This is going to be a document that I'm going to provide to you, and this will be actually for the second video, but I'll go ahead and post it on this one, and you can go ahead and get a copy of this, and it'll be on both videos. I'll have a link to it. So what that other preferences, what you have to do is Microsoft Word creates a default Word document. It's called normal .dotm. Okay, and if you make changes to that particular Word document, then every time you open up a new document, it's going to come in with those preferences or those settings. Now you'll be able to you know, add things like macros to that one document. You'll be able to insert little things like your quick part. So you know, I have another thing that I always use, and when I click here, what it does, it gives me this thing here, right? And I'm able to use this when I'm creating, you know, manual documents for people. So but in order to do that, this defaults gotta be saved in that Word document that I told you, which is called normal normal.dotm. So, but we're not going to talk about that one on this one. I just wanted to let you know what you could expect on the next video. So let's get this one going. So normally when you have a Word document, it's going to come in by default at 8.5 by 11 with 1-inch margins, and so when you go into your layout and you go to your setup, so you saw I click here, or you know, you can go to margins, custom margins, and you'll see the same setup here, or you can go to size, more page. So there's a lot of ways to get into that page setup. So if I go in and I go and say, you know what, I don't want 8.5 by 11. what I want is a 11 by 8.5. Okay, and I want my margins to be 0.25, 0.25, 0.25, 0.25. Okay, so and I could change any other thing I want here. You know, I can apply to only this document or to this point forward. In other words, every time I create a new document, it's going to create it with this settings. Okay, so I'm going to say from this point on, forward, so I can show you how it works. Paper size, we already discussed about that. Then you could also change your print options. We're not going to, you can do that later, okay? So on your layout, you can also change your layout. You know, you can make continuous, new column, even pages, odd pages. And what this is, it's for your headers, you know, or create new sections. So, and I have a whole new video about that. So, so you can tell the headers and footers to be even or odd, or you can have the headers different on page 1. You can tell the headers, you know, from the edge where to start, like 0.25, 0.5, 1, or whatever you want. You can make your text vertical or centered. And so what a lot of people don't understand what this is. So look at my text here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to justify it up and down. Okay, so justifying, when you click and justify and hit OK, so let me go back. It gave me an error. So let's go to center and see. You see how it centered it? Oh, I see why it did that. There's a lot of spaces in there. Okay, so that's why it couldn't justify it. Okay, so this is center, vertical. Okay, so if I wanted to go in and justify it, in other words, from the beginning of my header to the beginning, to the end of the header to the beginning of my footer, I'm going to justify this. I'm going to spread that text evenly. So if I click here and I tell it justified and hit OK, you see how it spread everything. Now if I wanted to go in and align it to the bottom, everything's going to go to the bottom. For right now, we're gonna go ahead and we'll do it justified. Okay, we're gonna hit OK. Now, so on my page setup, this time I'm gonna click. First, I wanted to apply. I'm gonna set this as a default. Do you want to change the default settings for the page setup? Yes. Okay. So so what I want to do on this one here also is I want to change the margins, right? So let's change the margins so you can see the change every time. 0.25, 0.25, 0.25, 0.25. And you know what? Let's go ahead and change it to landscape. Okay, so from now on, every time I create a new, make sure that I hit that. Okay, so every time I create a new document, it's going to come with those settings. So, and let me show you. So if I hit Control N for new document, you see how it automatically gave me a new document. You see, here's the name of the document, and it's you know, the setting is, oops, excuse me, layout. See, it is landscape. It's 0.25, 0.25, 0.25, and my text should be justified. So let's put some random text in here. So I'm going to type RAND for random, open parenthesis. I'll put 10 sentences or 10 paragraphs with 5 sentences. Hit enter. Well, oh yeah, I don't know why I do this every time. Yeah, I gotta put an equal sign here. And now if you notice, it's justified up and down. No matter, let's say if I delete some sentences, see, it still justifies it up and down, because that's what I told the preferences or your setup to be your defaults. Okay, so anytime I create anything from here on out, those settings will be like that. And you know what you want to create when you're creating documents, so you can set it any way you want. Now so let's say you want to send it, you want to put it back to its original. So there's actually a faster way to do that. And basically, so let me show you something. You're going to see this Word document, and if you see in my next video, you'll see how I do that. I'm physically going to do this. So what you would do is you would delete that file, and once you delete that one file, and that file is going to be right here. Once you delete this file here, it'll go back to the original default setting by Microsoft Office. Okay guys, so for right now, that's all I'm going to show you. If you want to watch the next video, it's going to be pretty cool, because it's going to get more complicated than this one. This one's a simple one, but the other one, you're going to be able to change that Word document any way you want. You can create macros, you can put you can go in here and do your your text boxes. You can go your add auto text. You'll be able to create signatures, and every time you create that document, it will come in by default. Thank you for watching this video. Watch my next one, because that one's more important than this one, because that one will save this particular settings and additional settings that you normally can't set as default. And I'll show you how to get around those settings. All right, thank you for watching my video. If you like this, give me a thumbs up, and I hope you see the next video. It'll be just like this one as far as the name. So this one here, I'm gonna name it page setup default settings in Microsoft Office 365 Word Part 1, and the next one will be Part 2. Okay, thank you for watching this video. Bye.